Welcome to Savage Strategies. This is Annie Reed with AnnieReed.com, and we are so excited that you have decided to come back and join us for another part in our 8-part series on end-of-year fundraising. So hopefully you've watched part 1, 2, and 3 that go over your analytics and the information that you need to make this campaign successful, your social media strategy, and then your email marketing strategy as well. Today, I want to talk about something that has been one of my secret weapons when it comes to end-of-year fundraising for the last 10 years, and that is direct mail. So I know most nonprofits have completely done away with direct mail as an opportunity for people to donate and give to you and your organization. I have seen nonprofits and ministries that I have personally worked with in the last 10 years reintroduce direct mail to their campaigns, and I've seen an explosion in donations. I can give you 2 examples. One in particular was a ministry that I worked with. They did not do any direct mail for any of their campaigns. They were 100% digital. We started with a monthly newsletter that increased their donations over 20%. And when we did the end-of-year fundraising campaign, we did a direct mail piece that attached to this campaign, and it exploded. We had over a 60% increase in donations that year just because of direct mail. We couldn't attribute it to anything else. We didn't change any of our email strategy, any of our social media strategy. That direct mail campaign generated 60% more donations. And it was all about, first of all, getting the piece in people's hands, and then timing, and of course the content that was written in it. So we're not gonna do a big brief into what that looks like, but I do wanna make sure that you're set up with a big overview so that you can go back to your team and you can strategize and you can start putting together the plan that you need to be successful this end of year. So the second example I wanted to give you was a school that I worked with in particular who did do direct mail campaigns. They did it twice a year. We changed a little bit of the strategy behind the content and the pieces that were mailed, and they saw an over 40% increase in their donations. Now, that, again, that's huge for any organization when it comes to the end of year giving. If you see a 40% increase in your donations, that just means more personnel, it means more funding for the cause, and more opportunity for you to serve the community. So I want you to think about these numbers. Now, I'll give you these 2 extreme cases of these huge numbers that were above and beyond what we typically see. On average, we see a minimum 15 to 20% increase in donations through direct mail, especially for those who have not done it. So I do want to encourage you, again, direct mail is not dead. If anything, it's coming back. You have to think about your audience as well. If your audience, if your typical donor is an older individual, most of them will enjoy direct mail more than they will enjoy an email campaign. And they want their news through direct mail. So I want you to think about the audience that you have. Secondly, I want you to think about when these pieces should be landing in homes. Now, I'm going to give you a big secret of mine that I've used over the last 10 years, and it's worked, it's never failed, and that is your direct mail piece should land in people's homes the week before Thanksgiving. Most end-of-year campaigns happen during the Christmas season. They typically land in homes during those last couple of weeks before Christmas. And I want to encourage you to think a little bit sooner. First of all, if you put them in people's homes during Thanksgiving, they're already feeling the Christmas spirit. They're feeling grateful and thankful. They're already feeling generous. They're preparing for this jolly time of year. And then secondly, they have not had the opportunity to use any of their disposable income on anything outside of their norm, meaning they have not started Christmas shopping yet or holiday shopping yet. So you're getting them at the perfect time when they're being generous and they have the cash on hand to be able to donate. So I want you to first and foremost map out a calendar that will enable you to have that piece in their homes before Thanksgiving. Secondly, I need you to look at the content. I want you to think outside of the box. Do not write the typical end of year letter. Let the letter come from somebody that participated in a program, somebody that took advantage of your services, Or let the letter come from a board member or a staff member. Let it have a compelling story with an ask. And I can help you with all of these formats. Now, there's 2 other pieces that we typically do that I will not share with you here. If you want to know what those pieces are, I can actually send you an email. Visit me at anniereed.com, send me an email, book a consultation. I can send you these pieces, and it will be my secret sauce. I'll even send you the templates that you can use on your end of year campaign. I promise you, they will generate the revenue that you're looking for just through direct mail. Again, if direct mail alone is going to generate 20% more growth, can you imagine what putting all of these strategies together will do for your nonprofit? Can you imagine what it will do for you next year and the year after that? Because again, consistency is key. No matter what you're doing, consistency is key. So I hope that this has blessed you. I hope that it has encouraged you. You can do this. The numbers are there. It is possible. You can increase your donations. I have worked with nonprofits that have been in $1 million deficits. I worked with a nonprofit during COVID where they were 75% dependent on event fundraising. We had lost 70% of our funding during COVID because we had to cancel all of our events, not to mention that the nonprofit itself was a medical nonprofit. So it was a lot of doctors and nurses that participated in our events. And of course, we couldn't host anything, and virtual wasn't even happening because the hospitals were overwhelmed. So our typical donor was just completely not even available for us, even if we wanted to do virtual. Yet, within 1 year of working with that nonprofit, we ended up 2.1% in the black. I walked in at a $1 million deficit. And then we lost 70% of that money to event fundraising because COVID canceled it. And yet we were still 2.1 million in the black at the end of the year. You've got this. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in your mission. And I know that putting the right pieces in place can ensure that your nonprofit is serving the community that it has to reach. We'll see you next time at anniereed.com. Again, visit us at anniereed.com. We'd love to see you there. We'd love to book a consultation with you. It's absolutely free, and we'd love to be able to assist you in any of your fundraising needs.